America's biggest home builders now? Panic pricing. Hey everybody, Scott Walters, buckle up, strap in. We got a hard-hitting, pull no punches, no sugarcoating it, no rainbows, no sunshine. I'm just going to give it to you and give it to you straight. We got a good one to unpackage today. Welcome to the show. I hope everybody's doing great. So U.S. home builders, KB Homes, Lennar, you name it, they are all now doing what's called panic pricing. It is on. The fuse has been lit. The game of musical chairs has officially come to a stop. How do I know that, you ask? Well, of course I'm going to tell you, because I watched this thing happen in real time. As a licensed real estate agent, friends, there is so much going on. Listen, congratulations. If you're new, please get subscribed. Subscribed yesterday. There's never been a more important time in history to get centered and surrounded with like-minded people. Iron will sharpen iron. We're going to sharpen some iron today. We got to be forward thinking, critical thinking right now, friends. We have a housing downturn knocking at the door. Listen, friends, the U.S. housing market is the backbone of our economy. If we lose it, we in fact lose everything. Unfortunately, most people are asleep at the wheel. They don't understand the things that we're talking about. Your area might be recession insulated, but it's not recession proof. If we get a deep cycle recession, a category 3 depressionary level of a downturn, your area does get touched. Now, there's some areas that are going to get slammed. Let's just make no mistake about that. We're seeing the Texases, we're seeing the Floridas, we're seeing it all happen right in front of us. Some of the players in the last recession are joining the party, and we have some new areas joining the new party. This is a very different one. That was one of the things that I got here at the channel initially, was this time is different, Scott. The last downturn was due to predatory lending. You're right. This time is different. It's worse. My gosh, open your eyes, wake up. It's my job to protect you. I was just on the phone with Eli, a subscriber, wants to kick the tires, shake the trees, and offend some sellers in Phoenix, Arizona. And we're going to do exactly that. And listen, my job is to protect clients, put their needs before my own. That is what you want out of your real estate agent. Good luck with that. I was explaining to Eli, and we'll get to the builders here in a second, so buckle up and strap in. I was explaining to Eli, I said, listen, all industries, but especially real estate, have weekly sales meetings. If your job's in sales, you're having sales meetings. And it's all now sales trainings to get you to buy no matter what the risk. He's like, dude, I was talking to a lender. I just happened to talk to a lender. As good. And this lender was so obviously, I qualified, but I had some concerns. And he just immediately tried to gloss over it. Oh, don't be concerned about that. Let's go ahead and get you going on this loan. You're definitely capable of buying. You don't have to worry about that. Oh, you don't have to put much down. He wants to come in swinging, skin in the game, put that property within its rent range. You know what the lender wanted him to do? Put a minimum amount down. He pulled his own covers. If you're talking to a lender, come in with the minimum amount down, even if you're a first-time home buyer, which he is, and could qualify for. The lender makes more money if you borrow more money. That's why they don't want you to have skin in the game. They're not forward thinking, critical thinking. I told Eli this. I said, hey, I'm only greedy in one sense. I don't only want to sell you your first house. I want to sell you all your houses. And in order to do that, I got to come in and make you a fan of me. I got to make sure I put your needs before my own. So I'll continue to do that. I'll whistle blow this thing all day long, even as a licensed real estate agent. I don't care. I've know what it's like to suffer a boom bust cycle as a bill paying adult and suffer some of its blowback. I did that in 2008. What's the definition of insanity? Doing the same thing over and over, expecting a different result. We can buy in this environment. We just have to know what we're doing. But guess who doesn't know what they're doing? The U.S. home builders. I call these FOMO factories, these sardine can developments on postage stamp lots. And I told Eli, I said, Eli, listen, man, we're going to shop, but I want you to buy in an existing neighborhood, nothing that was built during the crisis where everybody was bubble buyers that toured a FOMO factory model unit to buy their house. They didn't even get to tour the actual house. They had to tour a model of it. And then by the time they got theirs, they're on the back 40 in a cookie cutter postage stamp a lot. But here's where it gets better, my friends. The builders now are doing what's called panic pricing. And listen, they're slashing prices, they're slashing interest rates, they're doing premium lots, they're doing premium upgrades, whatever they can. But they're not just offering this. They're not just saying, hey, come take advantage of all this. No, they're getting you something to don't come tour the FOMO factory, whether it's price, upgrades, but they're not going to offer all of it unless you have someone like me test them. This is my client. This is what we want. Otherwise, we're walking because Lennar or KB or whoever right down the street has another house just like it. But again, it gets better or worse depending on how you look at it. If you're my client, I'm probably steering you away from the FOMO factory altogether. Listen, builders, nothing against you. We'll see you in a few years. We'll see you in a few years and maybe look at your homes, but we're certainly not going to pile into a housing development that was built with bubble buyers, and you're now undercutting the people you sold to in phase 1. So phase 3 or 4, whatever phase you managed to get your project to, is now selling for less than the people that you originally sold to. So they've got negative equity courtesy of your panic pricing. This is, in fact, friends, what's going on. So when I say we need to read between the lines and look between the cracks, this is exactly what I'm talking about. This is exactly what I was ringing the bell and sounding the alarm on early on in this real estate bubble. Because listen, friends, it was all rainbows and sunshine, wasn't it? And then you had Scott Walters come along and say, hey, man, this is what I'm seeing out here. Boots on the ground agent in a euphoric Southern California market. It's insanity. It's an episode of the Twilight Zone. This thing is a monster. It's out of its cage. It's a runaway train that left the station and is clearly headed off the rails. Whew. A lot of people were waiting for the election. And we see these suckers rally, these markets soaring. Crypto, oh my gosh. Don't put all your eggs in one. Diversify. I'm not saying don't put some money there. Put some money there. Metals, whatever you can get into. Diversify. Now, back to Eli, our Phoenix friend. I told Eli, I'm like, listen, man, I've sold so much stuff in my life. I've been a salesman my whole life, pretty much. Love real estate. It's afforded me so much, but I love people more. And that's why I'm here trying to be as transparent and putting your needs before my own. You never want an agent in worse shape than their clients. And when I say worse shape, just that have drank the Kool-Aid, right? No Kool-Aid drinkers welcome here. I'm sorry. We don't have room for Kool-Aid drinkers. We need to proceed with caution. And that's why I got to just show you. I will protect you. We can go buy right now. I'll protect you in doing it, just like I'm going to do with Eli. How much down? What do we need to put down to put this property within its rent range, even though it's not a rental? That's it. End of story. That's all I need to know. That's it. Because not only can you do that, you sleep better at night. You can potentially live in it for a few years, save up another down payment, and do it again. And who knows? Maybe you get to tell your boss someday, I'm retiring. I'm out. I've got income properties now, outperforming my income here at this job. That's what I do. That's been my story. Why shouldn't it be yours? It can. Stick with the channel. Stick with the channel. The reality is this. The builders now, they are in a race against the clock. They've suspended all buying. All buying has been terminated. It's insane. Every measurable piece of data now points to downturn, but this is the challenge. This is where I really want you to pay attention because, like I said, the U.S. housing market is the backbone of not only our economy, the global economy. It's the biggest asset class in the world. And we're getting warning signs now with builders doing panic pricing, selling properties however they can get them sold and not building anymore. Permits are at an all-time low. Loan applications are at an all-time low. First-time home buyers are at an all-time low. Every piece of measurable data, if you're a data chasing, tea leaf reading person, is there for you. And the cat's out of the bag. The cat's out of the bag. The only people, Kool-Aid drinkers. Those are the only people that still understand what's going on. Now listen, I've always said this. I don't care if you're buying today, tomorrow, next week, next year. The best thing we can do moving forward, especially if you're selling your house, friends, and I do a lot, I prefer to sell than work with buyers. Most agents want to work with buyers, not sellers, or work with sellers, not buyers, because when you have the house and everybody's coming to you, it's much easier than driving somebody all over town and kicking tires and writing offers. Bring me your offer. Now, if you're selling your house, this is how I'm going to look. This is how I want your agent to look. Great house, love the house, whatever, looks good. For us, it's like, I don't care. It's just a house. It's a box. I need to get it sold. How do I get it sold? Find out who my competition is and do what? Beat them. That's it. Beat them. Don't get stuck on the market chasing the market, because if I'm representing a buyer, I'm going to come see you stuck on market going through price reductions. I'm going to offend you with an offer you've probably already refused and wish you had taken, because once you see mine, you're going to understand what your house is really worth, because I have to factor in a cushion. Like I was telling Eli, our Phoenix friend, we need this property within its rent range, but we also need to put in a little cushion. So if the rents soften a little bit, we're still within its rent range, right? That's what we need. Builders, you're in big trouble. You're sitting on tons of inventory, shadow inventory of properties that you put a couple faucets or ceiling fans you left off so you didn't have to categorize them as completed, and you can list, you don't have to show all your inventory so your stockholders don't panic. They're panicking. We're seeing it all happen. And final thoughts, I come to you as a friend, as a content creator, as a real estate guy that wants to see you not only win in real estate, win in life. Understand the waters you're swimming in now. Shark infested builders, welcome to the swimming pool. You got yourselves involved with a game of musical chairs, and the music has officially stopped. There's a sucker rally in some of the markets right now, but that's about it at best. We see what you're doing out there. Panic pricing, doing anything you can to offload these units, and you've terminated all new phases of construction and or purchasing. My job is to continue to put your clients' and mine's needs before our own. You might not appreciate it, but that's what I'm going to do every step of the way, because it's not only what we need, it's in fact what we deserve. If you appreciate the content, I want to humbly ask you to give the video a like, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment below. I'd love to hear from you. Social media links in the description of this video if you'd like to follow me there, along with links to channels I've appeared on I think you might enjoy. If you need help buying or selling real estate here in America, I have the biggest network of top-rated agents in the nation ready to assist you. It would be our honor and our privilege to do so. Email in the description for you as well. Also, if you're watching from your television set today and you enjoyed this video, gonna love the next video, and there's an easy subscribe icon for your convenience. As always, thank you for your time. Please go make it count today. God bless you, and I'll see you on the next video.